Hi, I'm Carl Meadows. I'm the Executive Director for South Okanagan Clinical Operations, and that includes Penticton Regional Hospital, Princeton, South Okanagan, Summerland, and all the community services. I currently am on level 5 of the new David Campy Tower. And unfortunately, I can't be with you personally, nor can anybody else right now at this time. So this is our opportunity to thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. And we are going to give you a rundown of everything that we've done in 2020. And I think you're going to be as proud as us. In a moment, you're going to meet Ryan Smith, one of our nurses. He's going to take you through our new emergency department at South Okanagan General Hospital. And this wouldn't be available and open if it wasn't for our South Okanagan Similkameen Medical Foundation, our South Okanagan Auxiliary, and donors like you. So we'll enjoy the tour.
The recent updates have included a separate entrance for the ambulance, designated triage area has moved registration closer to emergency, and a new waiting room. Creates a little bit more confidentiality for the ambulance and that triaging aspect of it. They're not being pushed through the waiting room, full-on display for the patients in the waiting room already waiting. They changed our flow a bit as far as the registration process in understanding who's coming in and prioritizing that way prior to the registration process, whereas before it was the opposite. And then people had to go a big long walk down to emergency from registration. Now we have a quiet room right here in the department, as well as a space for the doctors to make their phone calls and chart, not in the busy emergency itself, as well as a new nursing station. They've redone our nursing station as well. They have made it a little more private, so we were able to have, get together and talk about how we best care for patients without other patients in the department hearing that. So again, that confidentiality aspect. I think a hospital being where it is very important. It provides that accessibility to the two communities and outlying areas, and I think those donations help support keeping our hospital running and that accessibility to those people.
Thank you, Ryan, for an amazing tour. I'm sure you just blew everybody away with the excitement and the changes at the South Okanagan General Hospital Emergency Department. And we raised over $22,000 for a new defibrillator and $24,000 for a new mobile charting station. And this takes us from paper to computer at South Okanagan General Hospital. Thank you to the South Okanagan Healthcare Auxiliary for their support and donations for South Okanagan General Hospital. So one of the things that when you walk into the emergency department at South Okanagan General Hospital, when you look around, there is an amazing donor thank you wall. It is absolutely amazing in the sense that I asked a nurse this morning what they thought. They said it was the most beautiful thing to be looking at every day in the emergency department. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it would only be possible because of donors like you. So now we're going to go from South Okanagan General Hospital up to Summerland to see their new X-ray. It is state-of-the-art. It is absolutely such a great space. Staff are happy, customers are loving it, and it is absolutely with a huge thank you to the Summerland Healthcare Auxiliary, because without them, this wouldn't have been possible. So one of the best kept secrets, which we hope doesn't stay too secret, is around the SOS Cafe at Penticton Regional Hospital. When we moved into the David E. Campy Tower, they are now front and center, and it is the best coffee in town. You can get the best power bowls and sandwiches, and it is just absolutely incredible. And they're celebrating their 10-year anniversary.
Today is the 10th anniversary of the SOS Cafe. It started in a little tiny but well manufactured square. That was 10 years ago. And since then, we've grown and grown and grown. We outgrew that space, and we were able to build in the DKT Tower. And so this is what we have now. I love our volunteers, and this is where I'm going to get all weepy because they're so very precious to me. They give of their time, they give of their talents, they dedicate so much energy to the cafe, and it really shows. So not only are we serving yummy treats and great coffee to the staff, but we're also going above and beyond that and providing equipment as well. To my loyal customers, oh, I love you. Thank you. I appreciate that you keep coming back and that you keep supporting us.
Penticton, we can almost brag that we are actually on par for actually becoming one of the most art-centric hospitals in BC. We have a vibrant healing and art committee, and it is absolutely great. And you can come and actually look at down one of our laneways on Ellis Creek and see our sculptures. You can see murals in beautiful sitting areas. You can come and see herons and bear cubs and all kinds of things. And currently we are running our quarantine exhibit in our main art gallery space on Main Street in Penticton Hospital. Well, in the South Okanagan, we have really been focusing on our surgicals and our surgical services, and we actually have had great support from the community. Last year, we were able to buy a Hannah table for our operating room, and that is just a fancy way of saying it's a piece of equipment that allows our orthopedic surgeons to do surgery, and it is an absolute critical piece of equipment. And Douglas Dewar donated $235,000 for a C-arm, which is basically a piece of equipment which allows for x-rays and various other things to happen during the surgery. And sadly, Douglas Dewar passed away. Mr. Dewar was from Caledon, so it's great to see support from the South Okanagan. One of the more exciting things as well is the Penticton Regional Hospital Emergency Department renovation. And this is phase 2 after the David E. Campy Tower. I think you will be absolutely blown away by what you see. So one thing you'll notice that is very different when you walk into the new Penticton Regional Hospital Emergency Department, you're going to be greeted with great open space. You are going to take your care card and you're going to swipe it, and that information with technology is going to go right into registration. So we're removing a lot of the things that used to be manual processes. The space is beautiful. The waiting room is beautiful. Instead, in the olden days, you would go to the registration, but you're going to be assessed with a nurse. And our Penticton Regional Hospital Auxiliary is a very big supporter of this project. One of the most important things around any kind of major changes is gratitude and thanks. And I'm sure you have enjoyed this tour. It is amazing to step back and look at all the activities that's happened in the South Okanagan, and it's because of you, our volunteers, our donors, and our partnerships. So thank you. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. And again, without you, this wouldn't be possible. So we are forever grateful.
On behalf of all of us at the South Okanagan Similkameen Medical Foundation, thank you!